Greetings to everyone present here today, to the honorable judges, my fellow members on the floor, and members of the opposite team. Before I present my case, I would like to first define the motion. This House prefers environmental movements heavily prioritizing a local agenda over a global one. We, the government, strongly believe that we should first place our utmost attention to local issues happening around us rather than global issues out of our control. That's why we believe that movements prioritizing a local agenda, such as one of the most overcrowded polluted beaches in Jakarta, Ancol Beach, over a global issue, say about ocean pollution, is more logical and doable than trying to solve a global issue far too big of a problem. Think of it as taking baby steps. If we start with the local agenda, then naturally these more global issues would be easier to solve. Rather than focusing on external matters outside of our control, we believe that we first need to take care of the roots. Let's first solve the problem of Ancol Beach. It is considered one of the most overcrowded and polluted beaches in Jakarta. There are multiple ways we can solve this. For one, we can increase the number of workers to maintain the polluted area. We can put out volunteer programs for those who want to help, as well as involve organizations with the same objective as ours. We can add more public facilities, such as waste bins in areas that are more likely to be and have already been littered on, to keep it unpolluted. We can put up signs and posters encouraging people to throw away their trash in the waste bins that have already been provided, and even put signs prohibiting tourists from throwing away their trash haphazardly, as well as giving consequences for those who do. Crowdedness has also been a major problem. According to the head of corporate communication PJAA, in the month of April 2024, the visitors of Ancol Beach reached 90,000 people. This could very well be one of the reasons Ancol Beach is so polluted. To solve this, we plan to make tickets more limited, adding in scheduled visits, limiting the time they spend on the beach. For example, there will be tickets for the period of 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then continuing, there will be tickets for the period of 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., so on and so forth. As for study tour activities, a representative from the academic department needs to first reserve tickets before they are to visit, as to avoid the possibility of the students and other tourists clashing with each other. With this, the possibility of too many people littering too many trash is greatly reduced. Now, say that Ancol Beach has become one of the most cleanest beaches. After these problems are solved, with there being less trash on the beach, less trash is then polluting the ocean. This step of fixing a local issue has prevented a global issue from progressing even more. By prioritizing the local agenda happening around us, much more global issues would then be simpler to fix, not needing the extra work it would need if we were to leave these local issues be.
Thank you for your statement. I would like to refute the arguments that you've made. Are global issues really far beyond our capabilities? Because global issues such as ocean pollution can still be solved by doing a reduction of the amount of waste that has been produced by a factory. Like the amount of packaging that they will use is going to be changed into the biodegradable ones, and that way it will effectively reduce the pollution in ocean not only globally but also locally, such as the Ancol Beach problems that you've mentioned before. As for increasing the number of workers, volunteer programs, posters, waste bins, and signs, it won't be so effective because we would be needing more funds and it would be a problem. We are already having difficulties on that economy part. Since everything is now easier because of the internet, we can just do socialization towards the visitors using online media and making it as creative as possible, like making video out of it, also posting online posters. We can also use online media to warn the visitors about the consequences if they litter the area, because we also have to educate other people about how important it is not to litter and not just letting them be uneducated about that and helping them to have the bad habit forever. That is the problem that we have in this country, just letting the less uneducated be uneducated forever. Crowdedness and tourist attractions such as Ancol is not really big of a problem because it can help the economy. By limiting the visiting time and visitors, it will slow down the economy in this country. Rather than doing that, we can use the law of economy. That is, the more the demand, the higher the price will be. And knowing there are 90,000 people visiting Ancol in April of 2024, we can try increasing the price of each ticket that we will be selling. It won't slow down. That way, it won't slow down the economy, but rather increase it. By ignoring the global agenda and focusing on the local agenda, it can be more harmful to the environment because the global agenda plays a bigger part in the ocean ecosystem. That is why we have to focus on the global issues first to prevent a much bigger problem arising in the future. That is all I have to say. Thank you.
I respect your statement, but however, there are some flaws on your statement. For example, reducing plastic waste to prevent polluted oceans is surely a promising method, but it's going to cost the company a fortune to turn their main packaging ingredients into biodegradable ones. Moreover, biodegradable plastics produce methane gas that is a potential greenhouse gas on decomposition while using it for a landfill. And biodegradable plastics also can leave behind toxic residues. Rather than having a socialization through internet, we can hire more people to clean the ocean and create a new job opportunities for the local. And by adding more facilities such as signs and posters, it can encourage people to throw away their trash in the waste bins because people often pay attention to drawings in front of them when they are about to do something. And with the new workers added, they can manage the place more efficiently. And for the crowd control, it will be more effective to limit the tickets and scheduling visitors of how much they will spend their time on that beach. Because if we decrease the price of Ancol Beach, it doesn't attract attention to the customer. Rather, it's going to leave a bad impression on the place itself. If we can't resolve the slightest issues like this, how can we prioritize other countries?